Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom to the hopefully elect of Israel. You Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians. Gotta give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, and essential salutation to all the Akim, pushing the truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hopefully elect. And shalom to the Akwa who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah, coming at you with another lesson in truth, fact, faith, and edification. And this is the truth of Edom, the truth of the Edomite, bringing out truth on Edomites. This is truth of an Edomite exposing Edomites. So Lord's willing to be edifying.
Well, this is your reality check for Friday, July 19, 2019. The U.S. Army fell short of its recruiting goal in 2018. The Army set a goal of 76,500 recruits, but they ended the year with only 70,000. According to the MilitaryTimes.com, a growing number of American youth ages 17 to 24 are ineligible to serve in the U.S. Armed Forces because they have criminal records. The systematic recruiting challenges confronting American armed forces are pushing U.S. military leaders to think outside the box.
And we try to tell you over and over that there's going to be a draft. These Edomites are going to do a draft and draft you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. You 2/3 of Israel. And you're going to be drafted and you're going to go into the army. And you're going to fight and you're going to die there. In the Valley of Jehoshaphat. This is Isaiah 3:25. This is about you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, West Indian and Haitians, you 2/3 of Israel. Isaiah 3:25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. And that's what's going to happen to 2/3 of you Jakes. You're going to die in the war fight for Esau Edom. This is 2 Ezra 16, verse 33. The virgin shall mourn, having no husband, the men. The women shall mourn, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom, which is the men. The women shall mourn, having no husband, which is men. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers, which is more men. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. And that's what's going to happen, man. Okay?
The Washington Times today published an article that shockingly shows how far outside the box the war planners are willing to go to find military recruits. The headline says, military eyes 16-year-olds as ranks and candidates dwindle. Amazing. The Washington Times article, written by Ben Wolfgang, said, quote, the best way to fix the U.S. Armed Forces recruiting challenges may involve dipping further into the nation's high schools, end of quote. Interestingly, journalist Ben Wolfgang wrote, quote, neither the military nor lawmakers have given any indication that they are entertaining the idea, end of quote. Well, Mr. Wolfgang, if nobody at the Pentagon or in the U.S. Congress is considering the idea of recruiting 16-year-old youth to serve in the armed forces, why did you write the article? And why did your employer, the Washington Times, publish it? I'll tell you mine.
Because the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai was on him to write that. The Lord did that, man. Okay? Because it's part of prophecy. Because it's going to happen. So let me go to Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say I am strong. And that's what all these other nations the allies of North America, okay, all the EU and NATO nations that was weak, they are not weak no more. They are strong now. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. So all these heathen nations, and Esau Edom is gonna draft you 2/3 Israelites, you 2/3 so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans to join in the fight in war, man. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. So the Lord have the spirit of these Edomites to do a draft, for all you young Israelites, man, and you're going to go to fight. You are going to go fight for Esau Edom. This is Isaiah 13 and 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Okay, and these Edomites is joining you 2/3 Israel to fight with them in battle, man. This is Isaiah 13 and 18. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And this is going to happen, man, when destruction's starting to happen. And it's going to be because Rick finna tell you that they are going to draft men and women, man. Okay.
Idea why you wrote it. Washington warmongers used Mr. Wolfgang to float the idea of snatching teenagers out of high schools to put them on battlefields fighting endless wars for the new Roman Empire. They are deliberately floating.
And this is the new Roman Empire, man. This is the revived Roman Empire. This is Babylon the Great. This is spiritual Sodom in Egypt. Okay, the virgin daughter of Babylon, man. Mystery of Babylon. The harlot that sits on many waters.
A trial balloon to see how much altitude it gains before it's shot down by critics. If there's no negative reaction, they'll interpret it as a green light from the public to pursue the idea. Washington's warmongers are running out of American men to sacrifice in the Middle East.
Exactly.
Now they must raid high schools and find more soldiers. The warmongers not only want our sons, they want our daughters too. American soldiers have been bleeding and dying on battlefields in the Middle East since 2001. That's 18 years of perpetual war. Why are U.S. men still dying in Afghanistan?
Because it's the spirit of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay? This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh have not done it? This is the will of the Lord, man. Okay? This is Isaiah 45 and 7, and it reads, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things, man. Okay? The Lord say in Matthew, so this is the will of the Lord, man. And these Edomites don't understand what's going on. Because they want peace, but it ain't going to be no peace. This is Matthew 10 and 28. Matthew 10 and 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. So this is the words of Yahushua, man. He said he's coming. He's not coming to bring peace, man. He's coming to bring a sword, man. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. So the Lord ain't sending no division. He ain't sending no peace, man. Okay? This is no peace, man. This is division, man. The Lord is bringing destruction. And this is his will.
Is the Taliban truly a national security threat to America? Do you stay awake at night worrying about the Taliban? Why does the USA have troops in Iraq? Why are there U.S. military bases in Syria? Why did the USA destroy Libya? Well, the USA has become an aggressive warrior nation.
And the reason he got bases everywhere, because the earth was given to the hand of the wicked, man. These Edomites control the entire planet. Okay? They are in over 69, 79 countries, man, doing what they want to do because their blessing was to live by the sword, and they had the power to inherit the entire planet, man, and destroy everything in wickedness.
That is perpetually at war. What happened to us? There are two reasons for America's endless wars. First,
Yes, it is. There are two reasons, two great reasons. Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, and it's their will.
America's ruling elite desperately needs perpetual wars to keep the American economy running.
Well, the Rothschilds control both sides of the war, man. It's a win-win for them all the time.
If they stop the wars, the U.S. economic growth will plunge. Second, America's foreign affairs policies and our defense policies are firmly controlled by radical Zionists. American men are bleeding and dying in the Middle East because these dangerous Zionists have a zany plan to rebuild the political boundaries of ancient Israel.
Well, the Lord had, this is all the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. That's what, and these Edomites supposed to be so deep in the Bible, they don't understand prophecy.
And that means Syria, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia must be conquered. The Zionists are depleting our resources. Now they need our 16-year-old boys and girls.
Facts.
And if the American people don't wake up and stop them, the Zionists will bleed out our youth on Middle Eastern battlefields in their quest to build greater Israel.
These peon Edomites can't do nothing, man. They have no power to do nothing. They cannot control what the Lord gave the Edomites, the elite Edomites, to control. This is the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, he gave the spirit to the Edomites to control, to the elite Edomites to control this earth and wickedness, man.
That's your reality check for today. Doc Burkhart and Edward Zoll are here.
So I'm going to jump to a couple clips in this video showing you how, because this lesson is the truth of this truth of the Edomites is being exposed by Edomites. Okay, everything that was hidden has been revealed.
It shows that it's all one incestuous, satanic, Luciferian network.
And he talking about the elites, starting with the Rothschilds and all 13 families who control the earth.
Hang out together. The old saying, birds of a feather flock together. And so all these people, these rich, powerful, influential people, associating with a child rapist, not just a guy that raped one child. This is a man who raped thousands of children and provided other children for other powerful people to rape. There is a rumor. Should I go here? There is a rumor, and that's all this is.
So let me jump to another clip. Showing you how Rick Wiles be exposing these devils, man. Which he's one himself.
Where is there?
Yes.
With Don Trump Jr. and Kellyanne Conway and all the other illustrious Republicans and Democrats who on television make you think that they're fighting each other.
Right.
But they're really not fighting each other, are they? They're only fighting to get to the next drink or cocktail bar.
It's all a show for the public.
It's all show. That's all this is. Because they're part of the elite that run this country.
Do you understand now why the swamp didn't get drained?
What's that?
Do you understand now why the swamp didn't get drained, the wall didn't get built, and she didn't get locked up?
That's right. It's all a hoax. And we all fell for it in 2016 because we were so desperate not to let Hillary Clinton get in the White House because Bill Clinton was a sex pervert and Hillary was a criminal. And so what did we put into the White House? A friend of a sex pervert. Right?
And someone that hung out with criminals.
Yeah.
And that's the truth, right?
And they all hang out
Not
together.
the truth.
And they all hang out together.
In the Hamptons.
Let's take our time here for a few minutes. What do we?
So I'm gonna jump to another clip, which is like 115. So like I said, Rick Wise bring out all the truth of these devils, man.
Saying that Estee Lauder Cosmetic Company played an important role in the launch of young Donald Trump's career?
Yes, they knew him very well. They spent a lot of time with it, as so did his son, Ronald.
What do we have here, Doc?
You know, an elite class of people that are governing everything, that are making decisions far beyond us. It looks like there's mob families that are fighting against each other at a level here, making accusations against each other, taking each other down at this point.
Well, that's what Mark 3:25 say, that the Satan house shall be divided and it will not stand, man. Okay? Mark chapter 3, verse 23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. And that's what's going on, man.
Do we even have any control at all? Do we have any say at
No.
all in anything that's going on here? The one thing
No, you peon Edomites have no control, no say-so on nothing, man. This is the power of the elites, man. The Lord gave the power to the elites to rule the earth in wickedness, man, and to destroy it. And so are they doing.
about this whole Jeffrey Epstein debacle that's going on right now is anything ever really going to come out?
Jump to another part. This is
Filth all day long. These people are sick. The people that run the world are sick, demon-possessed, evil people.
They need Jesus Christ.
They need exorcism.
Jesus Christos ain't gonna save him. He can't save him.
So I try to process, try to figure out what's going on. There's not, if you have a simplistic view that it's all the Jews, they're doing it. No, that's not that. If you think it's all the Masons, no, all right. Look, this is a complicated world. Satan.
Now, what Rick Wild finna tell you right now is Genesis 3. Matter of fact, let me read it. Because what he finna tell you that, and he's talking in code, man, and he talk all the time in code. What he finna tell you is that Satan has a physical seed on earth, man. And it's the Edomites. It's the so-called white people. And this is what he finna tell you. This is Genesis 3:15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. Who is thy seed and her seed? He's talking about Satan's seed, and he's talking about Israel, okay? Because Eve don't have a seed. So the Lord was telling Satan that he's going to put enmity between his seed, the Edomites, and the Israelites, man. And Rick Wild's finna tell you right now that he know that Satan has a physical seed on earth, and it's his people, the Edomites, the so-called white man. Listen up.
He has competing factions inside his.
Matter of fact, let me play it back with no interruptions.
Filth all day long. These people are sick. The people that run the world are sick, demon-possessed, evil people.
They need Jesus Christ.
They need exorcism.
Jesus Christos can't save him.
So I try to process, try to figure out what's going on. There's not, if you have a simplistic view that it's all the Jews, they're doing it. No, that's not that. If you think it's all the Masons, no, all right. Look, this this is a complicated world. Satan has competing factions inside his organization because his children are just like him.
Duels between
No
the
good, lying, cheating, backstabbing, double cross.
And what Job 13:4 say, the Job 13:4 say they are all forges of lies. They are all physicians of no value. Psalm 58:3 say, the wicked are estranged from the womb, come out speaking lies as soon as they being born. Okay? Rick Wise telling they are all forges of lies, man. The seeds of Satan, the Edomites.
Crossing.
They
No
lie,
good.
they cheat, they steal.
They're just like their daddy.
Yeah.
All
I tell
right?
the truth and the lie will work just as good.
So they're cheating and backstabbing each other. For what purpose? They know that their father, the devil, is coming back to this world to rule as he did before the great flood. And they're all eager to be at the top, king of the hill, when that global system comes back into existence. So they're all.
Man, you see, that's how you know these Edomites, much as they tell me they know the scriptures, they don't, because Satan has a physical seed here, which is the Edomites, the so-called white people, and they've been ruling the earth since they came into power, man, during the mid-1300s, man. Because they was ruling with Alexander the Great, man, okay? From Alexander the Great, which they fell for 1,000 years, and they came back in the rulership during the mid-1300s to the 1400s to now, and they have been ruling the earth, man. Okay, they are all crabs in the bucket, man. When crabs try to crawl to the top, they get pulled back down because that's how Edomites work, man.
all fighting for it. All right, they all want that. They all want that position,
Right.
and they have the nature of their father, so they're not trustworthy people. But
They are all forges of lies.
some odd things are going on in this country. We saw on the election night, 2016, there was a gap of about 2 hours between midnight and 2 a.m.
Waiting for Pennsylvania to be called.
Pennsylvania was quiet. All right, Trump was winning, but nobody would say Trump won the election. And there was silence for about 2 hours. You felt a weirdness, an eeriness, something was going on. Then all of a sudden, Donald Trump's the president. Hillary Clinton wouldn't come out publicly at night and congratulate him. All right, it was like competing factions in the country. It's like they had a war council and they decided we'll let Trump in. Then immediately the attack on Trump started, and you know the whole RussiaGate thing began. Then Rosenstein appoints Mueller, and Mueller does his best to take down Trump, and then George Herbert Walker Bush dies. The envelopes are handed out at the funeral. Days later, Mueller packs up and goes home. End of RussiaGate. Okay. But then, out of the clear blue, Jeffrey Epstein gets arrested. So, I've been operating under the premise that there was a truce, a treaty, all right, that George Herbert Walker Bush was running the Mueller investigation, that President Trump's forces did something that shut down the investigation. What was in that envelope? Shut it down. And then Barr came in and was the trustee of this agreement. I know this is a complicated theory. And all it is, it's my theory. All right? I'm not claiming this is true. I'm just saying this is my theory. So then, out of nowhere, Jeffrey Epstein gets arrested. And none of us were expecting this to happen.
Right.
This is a major
It
surprise.
doesn't look like he was expecting it. He still had naked mannequins hanging from the chandeliers.
And he was not arrested by the U.S. federal government. He was not arrested by the Justice Department. As I said before, the Trump administration went to court and defended the sweetheart deal that Dershowitz and Acosta cut in Palm Beach County to allow Jeffrey Epstein to walk.
Right, that was in June, right before
Trump
he was arrested.
defended it, okay? So who pulled the plug? Who got Epstein arrested? And it seems to me that there's a group of people, and I'm just going to say, I'll put a name on it. The real Trump resistance, that there is a body of people inside the U.S. government, and I'm not talking about Nancy Pelosi or Maxine Waters or any of those clowns. I'm talking about the deep, deep state. That there is in intelligence agencies, in the military, in various agencies, in agencies that you and I don't even know exist, that there is a secretive network that knows who owns Donald Trump.
And it's the elites, man. Starting with the Rothschilds, man. Okay, Trump and all the other presidents, hey, everybody just puppets for the elites, man. Okay, that's why at the beginning of this video, man, if you Jakes is joined to the Marines, the Navy, the Army, the Air Force, CIA, FBI, you're going to be destroyed, man. Okay, talking about you Jakes, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American, West Indian, Haitians, man, you're going to be destroyed, man. Because the elites control everything, man. The Lord gave them the earth, man, to control and wickedness, man. Okay, to destroy. And you Jakes going to be destroyed in these wars, man. Okay, they're going to create the draft, and you Jakes going to be destroyed, man. And Rick Wise know all things, man. He talking cold, man. You have to listen to him.
That network knows about Jeffrey Epstein, knows about the Mossad operation in America. And it was that group that orchestrated the arrest of Epstein on this reason. They concluded that there was no other way to bring down Donald Trump other than to march through Georgia like General Sherman and burn down the whole thing.
Sacrifice the Clintons. Sacrifice anyone.
Sacrifice them all. The Samson option. Knock down the pillars. Knock down the pillars, bring down the roof, let the whole thing collapse.
And then rebuild it.
And burn out the whole thing. Just know that it's going to cause a colossal collapse of a lot of structures. But that's a desperate effort to save the Republic from the Zionists that have taken control of it.
Would that
Pedophile, child-raping Zionists. I'm calling it what it is. Child-raping Zionists. That's what they are. Talmudic child-raping Zionists. Because the Talmud justifies raping children.
And Jeffrey
Yes,
Epstein,
it
times
do.
of war.
Facts.
Jeffrey Epstein said that he was a faithful Jew.
Yes.
Observant Jew.
Yes.
Observant Jew.
And it's a group that's been going on for a while, man. And it's called NAMBLA, Man and Boy Lover. Okay? Well, they are justified, these elites, these Edomites are justified to have sex with little boys, man. Okay, and that's what Rick Wild just said it, man. In the Talmud, man. Talmudic, man. In their Talmud, they have reasons to justify having sex with little boys, man. Okay, these pedophiles, man. These damn devils, man. That's why Rick Wild said they are the sons of Satan, man. He know, man. Talking in code.
And I have not heard any outcry from the Jewish world about it. It was a Mossad operation to compromise American leaders. And I think that there is a network of people buried deep in the government. You want to call them the white hats, whatever you want to call them.
They call the elites,
And
man.
I'm going to take this even further. I'm going to push this
The
a little
head
bit further.
13 families of the earth.
And this is going to send a lot of you into outer space. This will light up the
Switchboards at headquarters.
this will light up the social media pages. This secret network may be a group of Roman Catholics. Because the Roman Catholics have been at war with the Zionists for centuries.
Since the cross.
And the Freemasons. All right. those two groups, the Zionists and the Freemasons, have attacked the Catholic Church over centuries. And I'm not getting into a whole discussion about the Roman Catholic Church and all this kind of stuff. I'm just saying these powerful networks exist in the world. This could, whether we're talking about Opus Dei or a more secretive Catholic network inside the Pentagon, inside the CIA, the NSA, there may be a network of Roman Catholic believers who are saying we have to bring down Epstein. I'm just putting this idea out.
So the deep state, in the sense has been talked about before, there's a chance that there may be a faction of this that are good.
Believing that the Republic is almost destroyed and radical surgery is necessary, but the patient could die during the surgery, but if there is no surgery, the patient is gone. So you would, what's a doctor going to do in a situation like that?
Harvest the organs.
That's the other option. Ooh, harvest the organs. Harvest the organs of the Republic. If they made the decision, it's so far gone it can't be saved, but all we can do is
Sell off the assets, sell off the property, sell off the gold.
reconstitute the Republic, break it up, create something new. I don't know. But I'm just telling you, somebody brought back the Epstein case. Somebody in the government is trying to get us to look at Epstein. And they can't surface very high. If they come up too high, they're taken out.
The heads get chopped off.
Literally.
Because this was so radioactive that the Trump campaign didn't even want to do anything with this during the 2016 campaign.
Well, why would they do something with it?
Well, here's the other
The
aspect.
implication of the Clintons. Like, they decided to leave this completely alone.
I'm
Because
telling
of
you,
the
Trump's
time.
involved.
Yes.
We all know Trump is involved with Epstein.
Long-time friend.
Just
Terrific.
get over it. Just get over it. Trump and Epstein have a long history. We just read out the party list. These people hang out with each other. They were going to talk about pedophiles. A lot of these people are pedophiles. Or they hang out with pedophiles. They do business with pedophiles. But I think somebody is trying to get us to look at Jeffrey Epstein and say, pull the blanket back, look down in that septic tank, tell me what you see. Because we're so close as a nation to being utterly consumed by an evil, wicked force that would rape children for the benefit